Hello students, all of you good evening. Today in this session we are discussing about mineral nutrition under the role of essential elements. Role of essential elements. We are already discussed about some essential elements. These essential elements are classified into two groups, macronutrients and micronutrients based on requirement of plants. In this session we are discussed about some essential elements like zinc, copper and boron. These are micro elements. So there are macro elements are carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium and sulfur. Those 9 are macro elements. And remaining elements iron, manganese, zinc, molybdenum, copper, boron, chlorine and finally nickel. Nickel is the 17th essential element. 17th essential elements. So already we completed up to manganese in our previous classes. Today we are discussing about some of remaining micronutrients. In that, first one is zinc. Zinc, it is a micro element. Zinc is a micro element. Available form of zinc to plant is Zn2+. Available form of zinc to plants is Zn2+, and it activates the enzyme catalase. ACE. The word which ends with ACE, that is nothing but enzyme name. So catalase enzyme activates by a element, micro element, that is zinc, right? And also zinc is involved in the synthesis of auxin. Auxin is a plant growth regulator. It involved in the elongation of shoot, plant height. So that is auxin. So zinc involved in the synthesis of auxin. In the absence of zinc, auxins cannot synthesize in plants. Then what will be happen? Plant height is stunted, right? And then next one is copper. Available form of copper to plants is Cu2+, right? And it associated with some enzymes which are involved in redox reactions, right? Copper, it is associated with some enzymes, the enzymes which are involved in redox reactions. So enzyme, that is copper, associated with the enzymes which are involved in redox reactions. Very, very important point. And it is reversibly oxidized from Cu plus to Cu2+. That is oxidized form, Cu plus to Cu2+. And very important point, that is it is a structural component of cytochrome C oxidase and also plastocyanin, right? Copper is a structural component of cytochrome C oxidase which is present in mitochondria. Cytochrome C oxidase present in mitochondria, and that in that copper is a structural component. Not only that, and also plastocyanin which is present in chloroplast. Plastocyanin. So in this, copper is a structural element. So cytochrome C oxidase which is present in mitochondria and plastocyrine, which is present in chloroplast. In these two, copper is a structural component, very important point. And then boron. Boron, it is also a micronutrient. Available form of boron to plants is BO3 3 minus, BO3 3 minus, or B4 O7 2 minus, BO3 3 minus or B4 O7 2 minus. In these two forms, boron is available to plants from soil, and it is required for uptake and utilization of calcium. So to acquire or to utilization of calcium, plant require boron. Plant require boron. In the absence of that boron, plant cannot uptake, cannot utilize that calcium in the absence of boron. So boron is required for uptake and utilization of calcium. And also it is a membrane functioning. Boron involved in membrane functioning. It means it involved in plasma membrane functions. Plasma membrane functions, right? And also pollen germination after after pollination. Pollen grain reach the stigma, then it germinate on that stigma. It germinate and it produces a pollen tube towards a style. So to protrude pollen tube, it require boron. So this is called formation of pollen tube from pollen grain, that is called pollen germination. So to form pollen tube or for pollen grain germination, it require boron. In the absence of boron, it cannot produce pollen tube even after pollination. So to pollen grain germination, it require boron, right? So not only that, boron also involved in cell elongation. It is also involved in cell elongation and also cell differentiation. Cell differentiation, functionings are changes. So that it require boron, cell elongation and also cell differentiation. And very important, it is involved in carbohydrate translocation. So translocation means transfer of substances from one point to another point, one region to another region. That is called translocation. So in this, carbohydrates are formed sources and it transfer to sinks. It means the green plant parts to utilized organs. That is called translocation. So translocation of carbohydrates, it require boron. In the absence of boron, translocation cannot occur easily, right? So for carbohydrate translocation, it require boron, right? So zinc, it is Zn2 plus, available form is Zn2 plus. It activates a carboxylase enzyme and also it is required for the synthesis of auxin. So auxin is a plant growth regulator, growth regulating hormone in plants. And also copper, available form is Cu2 plus. It is associated with some enzymes which are involved in redox reactions, and also copper is reversibly oxidized from Cu plus to Cu2 plus, and it is a structural component of cytochrome C oxidase which is present in mitochondria, and also it is a structural component of plastocyrine which is present in chloroplast. And boron, available form of boron is BO3 minus, BO3 3 minus, and or B4 O7 2 minus, right? It is required for uptake and utilization of calcium, and it is involved in membrane functioning. Not only that, it also involved in pollen germination after pollination. To produce a pollen tube, it requires boron, and also it is involved in cell elongation, right, and cell differentiation. and main important is there, that is boron involved in translocation of carbohydrates from one region to another region. So this is about zinc, copper and boron.